There's a kind of exhaustion people rarely talk about. The one hidden behind the sentence, "I'm fine." Well, when life demands too much, when expectations pile up, when you keep showing up even though nothing inside you has space left, "I'm fine" becomes a survival phrase. My name is Michael Zetta King. I'm a speaker, author, and a coach. And if this message speaks to you, subscribe, because every week I release grounded, intelligent reassurance for real life. And here is reassurance for today. So now let's talk about the burnout nobody sees. The burnout that doesn't break you loudly, but slowly empties you from the inside. "I'm fine" is often the most polished version of the truth. It's a sentence people use when they don't want to open the floodgates, when they don't feel safe explaining themselves, when they're carrying too much to articulate, or when they don't want to burden anyone, or when they no longer have the language for what hurts. So, "I'm fine" is not an update, it's a shield. And you weren't meant to handle everything. You were meant to handle what's human, not what's impossible. There's a burnout that doesn't come from the amount of work you're doing. It comes from the amount of holding you're doing. Holding your reactions, holding your emotions, holding your family together, your disappointments, your fear, your responsibilities. And you can meet every deadline and still feel like you're collapsing. Not because you're weak, but because life drains you more through pressure than action. And most people aren't tired of what they do. They're tired of what they carry. People who look strong are often closest to the edge. Because strong people, they rarely admit they need support, they underestimate their own limits, they say yes too easily, they don't want to burden others, they assume everyone else is struggling more, and often they learn early to manage everything alone. And strength somehow becomes a costume, and costumes get heavy. Your capacity didn't fail, your humanity caught up. And the true symptom of burnout isn't exhaustion, it's losing connection with yourself. You stop noticing what's hurting, you stop hearing your own needs, you move on autopilot, you keep functioning while slowly fading. The danger isn't that you're tired, the danger is that you've stopped noticing you're tired. And quiet burnout is when your inner voice whispers, and you can't hear it anymore. The guilt you feel when you rest isn't intuition, it's training. Training that told you, be productive, don't slow down, don't fail, keep going, don't break, don't disappoint anyone. And you learn to measure yourself by what you produce, not by who you are. So when you stop, your mind interprets rest as a failure. But it's not failure, it's recovery. Breaks stop activity, resets change direction. You don't need distance from life, you need space inside your life. A reset happens when you simplify your expectations. Remove tasks that don't belong to you. Stop apologizing for your human limits. Acknowledge how much you've survived. Because, a reset is not escape, it's alignment. And healing begins at the exact moment you say something true. Not dramatic, not poetic, just true. "I'm overwhelmed. I need a break. I'm tired. I can't do all of this alone." Just say it. Know that honesty releases pressure. And pressure, not effort, pressure is what burns people out. And one honest sentence can restore more energy than one day away. And you don't need a new life to feel again. There's how to feel whole again without escaping your current life. Listen to me carefully. Slow down your mornings because speed creates emotional noise. and choose people who don't drain you, and do small things intentionally and slowly, and celebrate small moments that feel like you, because you don't need a different world. You need a gentler rhythm within this one. And here's the reset most people never use. Listen, name what hurts, then name what helps, then remove what harms, and repeat. Okay? Because healing itself doesn't have to be dramatic. Know that burnout happens when you ignore your emotional settings, and reset happens when you update them. And the burnout behind "I'm fine" convinces you you're disappearing, but you're not. You're returning to what matters, returning to what feels real, returning to the part of you that lives from the truth, not pressure. And if you start thinking and acting this way, then everything is going to be all right. So that's all for today. Subscribe, follow, and take care of yourself, because you matter more than you realize. Bye-bye.